So in today's video, I'll be talking about what I've learned from The Diary of a CEO, written by Stephen Bartlett. He's a well-known British entrepreneur. He started his journey when he was 18. He co-founded Social Chain, which is a marketing company, and that later he sold for multi-millions. And right now, I think he's mostly focused on his podcast that's called The Diary of a CEO, where he brings on a lot of celebrities, entrepreneurs, and a lot of successful people where they talk about success, money, mental health, succeeding in life, goals, and just in general and mostly they talk about the journey of an entrepreneur and that it's not so glamorous and it's not what people perceived to be. So this book is sectioned into four section/pillars, so-called, in this book. The four pillars are the self, the story, the philosophy, and the team. And those are the so-called pillars of greatness that will help you succeed in your journey as an entrepreneur, as a person altogether. So the first lesson he talks about is the 5 buckets that you have to fill in the right order. And those buckets are what you know, what you can do, who you know, what you have, and what they think of you. And then to fill those buckets in that order to achieve meaningful success and long-lasting success. So what you know implies to what you actually know in theory. So right now, let's say I'm learning to program. Yes, I can know the theory behind it, I should say the textbook way how to do it. And the next one is what you can do, is where you use that knowledge, that theoretical knowledge, in actual work, so you can show that you've learned it and you know how to do something with the knowledge. Next bucket is who you know. It implies networking. So you cannot be successful without having a great network, knowing a lot of successful people, knowing who you can ask or who you can go to when you need something important, and that they will know how to help you with their experience. The next one is what you have. The second to last one tells you what you have, the material things, the success that you already got, and you can physically show, like your cars, mansions, nice dates, vacations. And the last bucket you need to fill is what they think of you, and that implies that that's the least important thing you have to think or try to achieve when you're on your success journey, because it doesn't really matter what other people think until you're successful, or in general, just if you're successful, if you're not successful, it really doesn't matter what other people think. It's what you do, what you think, and that will just really make you able to focus on your goals and what you want to achieve. The lesson that I've learned from this book is the best way to learn something is to teach, and that's mainly the point of this channel. So I can watch back what I've read, what I've told myself, or just other people in general, like example for this video where I talk about this book and what I've learned from it, and I think it will help me memorize the things that I've learned, and the most important lessons that I've learned from this book. Lessons I've learned from this book is you must outfail your competition. It implies that you have to try so many times that you fail so much that you just from the failures, so that you learn so much and you have experience to back your knowledge up. You have to have more failures that your competition has even attempts, because it's the failures that will teach you something, not the success. Another lesson that I've learned is the frame matters more than the picture. And this lesson just surely talks about it's important how people see something and perceive it more than the actual use and context of that thing. Let's say he talks about a company that he funds or invests in, Whoop, and it's a health product. It's that you wear on your wrist, where it tracks everything: sleep, health, pulse, blood, everything. But he talks about how the owner doesn't want to put a time dial on the band, because then it won't be a health product. It will just be categorized as a watch, and that's what he does. But and that's what the owner doesn't want people to perceive the band as, because it will throw away all the credibility, or how should I say, how people perceive the band, and it won't be a health item, but it will be just a watch. And then those are a lot of problems, because yes, it's a simple feature that you can add, but in general it will cause just more problems, because people will get picky and they'll see, okay, this doesn't have this feature because watches need to tell this type of time, so like digital, analog, everything, just the mechanism itself, where it can just focus and market itself as a health product. The next one is really interesting to me. It's the context creates value. It implies that, okay, I'll give you an example. Like me talking about success, achieving goals, really doesn't hold any value because I haven't achieved it yet. I can't show anything for the things I say. But let's say someone who's really successful, Iman Gaji or Alex Hermosi, when they talk about success, how to achieve it, it holds a lot more value because they already achieved it. And when you watch them, you say, oh, he achieved the goal, so he must know what he's talking about. But me, I probably don't know shit about success because I haven't achieved it yet. So yes, the context creates value, and that's really important in life. So you can't just say, yeah, I read it from him, and him. He's a credible source, yes, but you're not a credible source because you haven't achieved something yet. So in that context, this rule applies here. In the book, he also talks about how you have to sweat the small stuff. It talks about you need to do the small things that other people are not willing to do. Like you need to be a perfectionist, not procrastinative perfectionist, but you have to do what other people aren't willing to do. Like do more outreach, contact more clients, learn specific stuff that you think won't benefit you, but in the long term it will separate you from the rest, from the competition, and from everything else you do in life. You have to do the small things and be focused on the details to try to make the best thing that you can. In this chapter, he also talks about Kaizen, which is a Japanese term for always try to be better or improve. There's never enough improvement on yourself. In this example, he puts Toyota, where the CEO always strives for evolution in his products, or how should I say, he incentivizes his staff, his normal workers, to come up with new ideas, new inventions, how to upgrade the general products, and that made Toyota one of the most popular car brands in America. I think they outperformed General Motors, which was the biggest motor company in America. One of the, how should I say, deepest chapters in this book talks about discipline, death, and how much actual time you have in your life. Right now, at age 20, I have a little more than 20,000 days left to live. I think the average life expectancy is 75. So you need to make each day count, not just live through it, expecting every day to be, not expecting to just by itself get better. You need to put in the effort, you need to make it count. Be better each day. For just 1% is enough, because that compounds over time. The 1%, 1%, 1%, 1% stack on top eventually is tremendous gain that you get from improving just a little bit each day. And that's important. So, and the last law, should I say, he talks about never stop learning. It's important for each day, like I said, to improve, to learn new stuff, to try to be the better you, because that will separate you from everybody else that doesn't want to put in the effort, that just wants to get the easy way. But the learning doesn't have to be just business success, anything. It can be just normal cooking, studying on a subject that you're really interested in, like, let's say, fish or something, like, because I have a video in the back. But yeah, you have to learn each day. That's just the most important law that he talks about in this book. This book really opened my eyes to, and his podcast, to the world of entrepreneurship and business, where each new guest on his podcast has something unique and insightful to say and to teach other people about how they succeeded. And I've learned that not everybody succeeds in the same way. Each has their own ways, their own story to success, own way of living, own definition of success. So don't try to compare yourself to others, but try to be you and what you want to achieve and how you want to achieve it. That's the most important. And for the last thing, one of my favorite quotes, it comes from this book: "The smallest seed of today's neglect will bloom into tomorrow's biggest regret," which implies that the smallest thing that you don't do today, like brush your teeth, go on a walk, go to the gym, skip reading a book, will not seem a tremendous amount, a tremendous deal in right now, but it will farther down the line hit you when, I would say, not going for a walk. It won't affect you today, but it will affect you, let's say, in a year, when you'll be in worse shape, worse health, because this, like I said, things stack 1%, 1%, or you can go into negative. Negative one will also stack and bite you in the ass later. So I think I would recommend. So I'd recommend this book to everybody to read it, not just to because of the business aspect and entrepreneurial, but just in life in general, to teach you the ways in life, how you can improve your life and live each day just a little bit better. So yeah, thank you.